Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I got another Power Rangers review for you. I'm really excited about it. This is the Legacy Blade Blaster. You all know how much I love the Legacy toy line. It is my absolute favorite. They're all such top-notch quality items. Super, super cool. So this thing actually released in the UK already or at some convention or something, and Toys R Us's website had it, so I had to order it right away. I had to get this thing. I love the Legacy toy line. The Power Morpher, the Dragon Dagger, Saba, even the Megazord, all that stuff is amazing. So I'm really, really excited about this one. This is the Legacy Blade Blaster. So just to give you guys an idea of this whole thing, let me show you the box up close right here. So bring it up to the camera. You got your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo, old school, which looks really, really cool. It says ages 15 plus because the Legacy toy line, it has a lot of die-cast metal pieces. It's not necessarily meant for kids. I mean, yeah, it's a kid's toy kind of a thing, but it's really more for collectors especially. And yeah, like it says die-cast parts right there. Legacy Blade Blaster. I love the whole green packaging, which looks really cool. There's the Red Ranger on the box, which looks great. Exclusive to Toys R Us. The Legacy items are Toys R Us exclusive for now. There's some places you can get them online. There's the blaster, which looks really, really cool. And it says right there, morphs into 3 modes. So there's 3 different modes. The top of the box then has the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It says Legacy Blade Blaster, and has the image right there. And same with the side of the box right there, really, really cool. And yeah, both sides are the same. Then the back of the box shows you a bit more. So basically it's got 3 modes to it. There's your holster mode right there. So they can stick it right in the holster and have that there. Then there's the blade mode right there. And of course the blaster mode, which looks really, really cool. So it has battle sounds, die-cast parts, just really cool stuff right there. All in all, really nice packaging. Very similar to the other Legacy packaging. So it's all pretty standard stuff, but it looks really, really cool. And I love it. It stands out, you know, at the store and everything. It's a nice box. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an unboxing first. So let's get right to that. I'm gonna unbox this. And then we'll take an up-close look at the actual item and stuff. So this is really exciting. I love the Legacy toy line so much. So this is really cool. There we go. Dun da da dun 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 dun. Something fell out. All right. So we got the box. We'll move that to the side. And right here are your instructions. So if you want to see the instructions, there they are right there. Fancy schmancy. So it tells you how to replace the batteries, how to transform from blaster mode to holster mode to blade mode, and blade mode to blaster mode. So in a whole cycle right there. So all that fun stuff. But the main event right here, are you guys ready for this? Oh snap. It's like in this little plastic outline right here. This thing comes right off. And then, dun da da dun. Oh snap, this thing looks really cool. Bam. This is it, guys. This is the Blade Blaster. This looks sweet. Very nice and shiny. Just looks like what could be a prop from the show or something. Like the paint and everything on it is really slick looking. Yeah, the die-cast metal pieces are nice and heavy. It's a decent weight to it. Like, it's actually a little bit lighter than I was thinking, but up here it feels, you know, a little bit heavier because there's a bit more metal there. You got the trigger. I know there's an on-off switch here. Ooh, that's cool. I'll turn it off. I'm going to mess around with this in just a second, but I just want to kind of get this out and give my first impressions, which looks really, really cool. I dig it, definitely. It's a nice size. Very fitting with my shirt and everything, too, so pretty cool. I like it already. But we'll take an up-close look at it. So I'm going to mess around with this, and then I'll be back with an in-depth review right now. Alright, I got the Legacy Blade Blaster out of the box right here. This thing is pretty amazing. I really do like this thing. It's not as cool as the Dragon Dagger or Saba, of course, because those are just that much more epic, but this is such a classic, and it's just a cool little item that they released, and I'm excited about it. I actually like it more than I thought I would. So, let's get that box out of the way, just so there's no distractions, and focus on the item at hand. Just to give you an idea of the detail on this thing, let me zoom in and you'll see Just really nice, solid paint that they used on here. So the Power Rangers lettering is really, really cool. Really nice. The little black lines right there, all the pieces there, really cool. On here you can see a little design they have on the side. So that's pretty neat. This, I believe, is the battery compartment. If you wanted to switch batteries and stuff, you have that option there. And then the other side, again, is very much the same. So that's pretty neat. Definitely pretty cool. So there are some die-cast metal pieces. So anywhere you see the shiny, metal stuff right there, this is die-cast metal. The pieces right here as well. And so that's really where the weight of it is. This whole piece right here feels a little like it's not as heavy as you would think because the metal is actually on the other sides there. So it's a decent weight to it. It's great size definitely. It fits in the hand really nicely, but the weight is pretty decent. It's a little top heavy because there's more metal here, but it's not bad at all. And there's more metal in some of the rest of this, which we'll take a look at in a second. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So let's mess around with the thing. Let's see what it does. And there's an on-off switch on the bottom right here. Would have been nice for them to do something a bit cleverer about that, or more cleverer, or whatever. There's an on-off switch. Like the Dragon Dagger had like a little gold piece that you can move and it was more hidden. In this case, there's just the on-off switch right there in plain sight. So let's do that. And when you do that, there's a speaker on the side right here, which you hear it from. So let me turn this off again, and you'll hear it again. Turn it back on. So that's the sound that you get when it turns on, which is really cool. There's no lights on this thing. Would have been nice if they kind of added lights. I think that would have been a nice little touch, but no big deal because it still looks pretty nice, like that piece there. It still overall is pretty good. So when you push the trigger, you get like a blaster sound and then an explosion sound, which is really cool because it's like you're blasting somebody and then like the monster or whatever, is hit with a blast. And what's even better is I can hit it twice and you get 2 blasts. That's actually kind of cool. 3. Can I do 4? 5? 6? Okay, I got 4 there, but you notice there's a bit of a delay, which is kind of cool, because what if I'm like... So it's like repeating like what you do in a way, which is actually kind of neat, because it really is fitting, if you press a blast and then... It's like doing it the same way that you pressed. I don't know. It's the neat little touches like that actually make it kind of cool. I appreciate that about it. And that's actually one of my favorite features about this thing. I did not expect it to have like the explosion sound with it too, which is really cool. I dig that a lot. Now, the other thing that you can do is, so this is blaster mode. And there's 3 modes. So holster mode is the generic form of this. So you can just slide this back. There's no button or anything. This thing can just slide forward and back pretty easily, but it does click into place pretty nicely. So there you go. And as you can see, when you slide it back, it's got that line right there. So when it slides back right there, then to pull this piece back, there's a small little button right here. So you just hold this down and then push it, and then ready? It makes that sound when it closes, and same sound when it opens. So, kind of a generic sound, but just to give you an idea, it only makes a sound right at this piece when it's like closest and when you open or close that. So there's that. But here's the holster mode right here. Looks pretty nice. It's actually kind of a neat little way to display it if you wanted to, just sitting down like that, which is pretty cool. It even like spins a little bit. Yay! But yeah, it's again, you can fit your hand in it pretty nicely, so that's neat as well. And this is very nice, if you wanted to put this like in a holster, which is what it's meant for, like on the side of your body, like the Rangers do. So that's pretty cool. Then you have the blade mode, and this is pretty neat. So the blade mode, the blade is inside here, and what you can do is you don't have to like pull it out or anything. There's a tab right here on the bottom. See that tab? So you don't pull it towards you, you push it like towards the blade. You push the button towards the blade, and then you get a sound and it flips open, which is cool. So to close it, you just click it back, but let's do it again. So you get a sound. I'll put the speaker right, where's the speaker? Somewhere. I'll just put it up close. So that's pretty cool. And here's what the blade looks like up close. This is also nice and shiny looking, pretty cool. Yeah, really, really neat. I don't think this is die-cast metal. It doesn't feel like die-cast metal or anything. I don't think it is. Otherwise, that would probably be more solid, and it'd probably be more top-heavy, which is why they didn't really do anything like that. But it still looks really nice, and it's pretty cool. It's a decent length too. Just to kind of give you an idea like that. I'll do some more comparisons from a distance so you get a better sense of it. But it's a decent length, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, how that works. Also, actually, I forgot to mention, so let's say in holster mode, I can push the button and you get 3 random sounds that it cycles through. So that's pretty neat. In the blade mode, it's the same sounds. The blade being in or out, whether holster mode or blade mode, it's the same 3 sounds that it cycles through. Now the last thing that this thing does, it doesn't matter which mode you're in. You could be in blaster mode, holster mode, blade mode, doesn't matter. You hold down the trigger and the theme song will play. There you go, the entire Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme song, the original theme song in full, with lyrics and everything. Pretty cool. So I dig that. I think it looks really neat and really cool, definitely. You know, it's a nice classic toy, classic Power Rangers weapon, and all the modes and everything look great. So the last thing that I want to do is some size comparisons with some of the other Legacy items. So let's do that now. Alright, so that was an up-close look at the Legacy Blade Blaster, but I want to do some comparisons. But first, before I even get to that, let me turn this thing on, just so you can get all the sound effects and stuff. The cool thing about the Blade Blaster is the fact that it has 3 modes, and what's nice is that you can actually quickly transform this thing between modes. So this is your holster mode. So to go to blaster mode, you know, you pull this piece forward, and then you hold down the button, the tab, and you bring, you know, the grip down. So let's do that. Boom, blaster mode. Now if I want to go blaster to blade, I'm going to have to reverse that and then push the little button to flip out the blade. So let's see how quick I can do that. I kind of have to hold it like this, but ready, set, go. That's pretty quick. That's a pretty quick transformation. I dig that a lot. Let me go the opposite way, which the opposite way, you really got to keep your finger on the tab to be ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bam! That is sweet. I dig that a lot. That's one of my favorite pieces about this, the fact that it's very easy to transform. So again, blade mode right there. So I can be like, that is really cool. The quickness that you can transform this thing between blade and blaster is really, really cool. I dig that a lot. So props to Bandai for coming up with an easy way to transform this thing, which, I mean, it's very hard to actually do, to be able to design something that looks cool, functions really well, and just all around is a nice solid toy. Because sometimes when you want something to quickly transform, the design suffers a little bit, you know. But they actually did a really nice job of making this an all-around good toy, which is pretty cool. For comparison, I never had the Blade Blaster as a kid. I never did, unfortunately. I never had any of the weapons as a kid, actually. But when the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2010 toy line came around, I got this little Blade Blaster, which looks like a tiny little baby now. You could push the button and it would light up. I don't even know if you can see the light. You can kind of see it. That's all it would, like, it couldn't even fit in my hand. Like, the teeth of this thing are, like, puncturing my hand right now. It's so tiny. And just for comparison's sake, with the 2010 one versus this, I mean, this thing is nothing, you know, compared to it. So from this thing, this is a huge upgrade. And of course, you can transform this too. So to kind of compare the different modes, you know, again, here's the holster mode for comparison's sake. And there really is no comparison. You can't even fit your hand inside this thing. Like, what? This just doesn't even work. But obviously this is nice. And then of course for the blade, here, you know, actually, so on the Legacy one, you push the button, flips out, which is great. Here, you have to like poke the top of it with your finger, like your fingernail, and then like flip it out like that. And so again, size comparison, there's just no comparison right here. It's, you know, huge difference, huge difference. So in that regard, it's a nice upgrade for me, relatively speaking. So I also have the Legacy Dragon Dagger right here, which also looked really cool. So in holster mode, for comparison, the Dragon Dagger is longer. When I bring out the blade is actually a teeny bit longer. So the blade is actually kind of longer. But they both look pretty cool, because, you know, like I can have, I'm ready to fight with like the Blade Blaster, the blade, I guess, and then the Dragon Dagger and everything. Like, it's a pretty cool combo. Or, alternatively, right? Hold on, now I'm messing up the transformation here. I can have the blaster and the Dragon Dagger like that. So again, pretty neat, pretty neat. And then I have Saba. Now this thing is like one of my all-time favorites, like this toy, because this thing feels heavy, it's amazing looking, this thing is just awesome. So the Blade Blaster doesn't really compare to that necessarily, but it definitely fits in very nicely. Like, it fits into that Legacy toy line, which is really cool. And then of course, pop out the blade, and pretty decent size. Obviously not as long. Excuse me, wow, I just burped. That was great. Okay. Oh man. This thing is, the Saba is much longer right there. Now if I of course push this in, now we're a bit more of an even comparison there. The Saba is a teeny bit longer, but you know, there's the full blade right there. So yeah, so that's that. All in all though, it's a really solid item, really solid toy. Hey, there's the blaster with the blade right here. That's kind of fun. So I can like swipe and also blast people at the same time. But anyways, I'll turn this thing off. All in all, this thing is a solid toy and it's really cool. I recommend it. I think it's another great Legacy item, another great collectible. It looks awesome. It feels awesome. It's a great little collectible piece. And props to Bandai of America for once again making a really cool collectible toy. I love it a lot. So I highly recommend it. Go check it out. Go buy the Legacy line. Support Bandai, what they're doing, because it's really cool. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your support. You guys are awesome. Thank you, and I will see you later.